Have you ever wondered why some people work hard all their lives, yet never seem to move forward financially? This question was asked thousands of years ago in the ancient city of Babylon, one of the richest cities the world had ever known. Babylon was a place of opportunity. Gold flowed through its streets, merchants arrived from distant lands, and trade flourished every single day. Wealth surrounded the city from every direction. And yet, in the middle of all this prosperity, most people lived with empty purses. In Babylon lived two friends, Bansir the chariot builder and Kabi the musician. They were skilled men, respected for their work, and known to be honest and hardworking. Day after day, they labored under the same sun as everyone else. They earned coins, they paid their expenses, and they survived. But beyond survival, nothing ever changed. No matter how hard they worked, money slipped through their hands as quickly as it came. Again and again, they asked the same painful question: why do we work so hard and still have so little to show for it? One evening, as the sun sank behind the great walls of Babylon, they sat together feeling tired and discouraged. For the first time, they stopped pretending everything was fine. They spoke honestly about their struggle, their worries, and their disappointment. Slowly, a realization began to form. They noticed that many wealthy men in Babylon worked no harder than they did. These men lived in the same city, walked the same streets, and faced the same days. Yet wealth seemed to flow toward others, while always slipping away from them. That night, Bansir and Kabi understood something important. Their problem was not hard work. Their problem was understanding. Once this realization settled in their minds, it refused to leave them. Bansir and Kabi understood that complaining would change nothing. If they wanted different results, they would need different thinking. That evening, they asked themselves an important question. If knowledge creates wealth, then who in Babylon truly understands money? The answer came quickly and clearly. Arkad. He was known throughout the city as the richest man in Babylon. Yet what impressed people even more than his wealth was his calm and balanced nature. He did not boast, he did not rush, and he did not appear burdened by worry. Many believed Arkad had once been poor, just like them. This thought gave Bansir and Kabi hope. If Arkad had begun with nothing, then perhaps wealth was not a gift of fate, but a skill that could be learned. The next day, they gathered their courage and went to Arkad. When they met him, they spoke honestly, without pride or excuses. They said that they worked hard, yet remained poor. They asked him why some men grew wealthy while others struggled endlessly. Arkad listened quietly. He did not interrupt their words, nor did he dismiss their frustration. After a moment, he spoke calmly. He said that most men believe wealth comes from luck, opportunity, or effort alone. But these beliefs often keep them trapped. Then Arkad shared something that changed the direction of their thinking. He explained that the first step toward wealth is not earning more, but keeping more of what one already earns. This idea felt strange to them. They had always believed that earning more money would solve their problems. Yet Arkad suggested that without control, more income only creates bigger expenses. He explained that many people allow their spending to grow as fast as their income, leaving them no richer than before. At that moment, a new question formed in their minds. What if the problem was not how much they earned, but how they treated what they earned? Arkad could see the curiosity growing in their eyes. He explained that most people treat money as something temporary, something that arrives only to be passed along to others. They pay their expenses first and hope something remains. Usually nothing does. Arkad told them that the moment he changed his life was the moment he decided that a portion of everything he earned would belong to him to keep. This idea was simple, yet unfamiliar. He explained that saving is not an act of sacrifice, but an act of respect for one's future. A man who does not save is planning to remain dependent forever. Before you pay others, Arkad said, you must first pay yourself. This did not mean living in discomfort or denying joy. It meant learning control. It meant understanding that wealth grows only when money is given the chance to stay and multiply. He warned them that desire alone is dangerous. A man may desire gold deeply, yet without discipline, that desire will only increase frustration. True wealth begins when desire is guided by understanding. As Arkad spoke, Bansir and Kabi began to see their past clearly. They saw how every increase in income had been followed by an increase in spending. They saw how money had always slipped away, not because it was too little, but because it was never respected. For the first time, money no longer felt mysterious. They realized that their struggle was not caused by fate, luck, or circumstance. It was caused by ignorance. That day marked a turning point. They left Arkad not richer in gold, but richer in wisdom, and wisdom, when applied, always leads to wealth. This was the first lesson of Babylon. A man must desire wealth, but he must also learn how to hold and grow what he earns. Without discipline, gold escapes. With understanding, gold begins to multiply. Arkad paused, allowing his words to settle in their minds. He knew that understanding alone was not enough. Wisdom must be felt before it can be followed. He reminded them that many men desire wealth, yet few are willing to change their habits. They hope for different results while repeating the same behavior day after day. Arkad explained that money responds to respect. When treated carelessly, it disappears. When treated wisely, it stays and grows. He told them that every coin saved is a servant, working quietly to build the future. Every coin wasted is a missed opportunity that will never return. This way of thinking felt new to Bansir and Kabi. They had always believed that wealth belonged to a fortunate few. Yet Arkad made it clear that wealth follows principles, not people. Anyone willing to learn these principles could apply them. Arkad said that the desire for gold must be strong, but it must also be patient. Wealth grows slowly, just as a tree grows from a seed. Those who rush often destroy what they are trying to build. He warned them against the habits that quietly destroy wealth. Impulse spending, impatience, and the need to impress others drain money faster than any hardship. As they listened, Bansir and Kabi began to reflect on their own lives. They remembered moments when they had earned more, only to spend more. They remembered small choices that had felt harmless at the time, yet left them struggling later. For the first time, they understood that wealth is built through daily discipline, not sudden fortune. Arkad's lesson was clear. A man does not become wealthy by chance. He becomes wealthy by choice, by choosing control over impulse, wisdom over desire, and patience over haste. As Arkad finished speaking, a quiet stillness settled around them. Bansir and Kabi did not feel overwhelmed by what they had heard. Instead, they felt lighter, as if a burden they had carried for years had finally been named and understood. For the first time, wealth no longer seemed mysterious or unfair. It no longer felt like something reserved for others. They realized that money itself was not the problem. Their lack of understanding had been. Arkad reminded them that wisdom alone does not change a life. Wisdom must be practiced. Knowledge that is ignored has no power. He urged them not to wait for a better time. He told them that change always begins with small decisions, made consistently. Even a modest amount saved with discipline, he said, could grow into something meaningful over time. Bansir and Kabi thanked Arkad with sincere gratitude. They did not leave with excitement or unrealistic hopes, but with quiet determination. They were no longer searching for luck or shortcuts. They were ready to build control, patience, and discipline into their daily lives. As they walked away, they understood that this meeting marked a new beginning. The desire for gold had awakened them. What followed next would determine whether that desire turned into freedom. In the next chapter, the wisdom of Babylon deepens, as the foundations of wealth begin to take clearer shape. That day, Bansir and Kabi left Arkad with a new understanding. They did not carry gold in their hands, yet they carried something far more valuable, a clearer way of thinking about money and life. They understood that wealth does not begin with chance or fortune. It begins the moment a person takes responsibility for what they earn and how they use it. This was the first lesson of Babylon. A man must desire wealth, but desire alone is never enough. Discipline must guide that desire, patience must protect it, and wisdom must direct it. Without control, gold slips away. With understanding, gold begins to stay, to grow, and to serve. As Bansir and Kabi walked back through the streets of Babylon, they no longer felt trapped by their circumstances. They felt prepared to change them. Their journey toward wealth had truly begun, not with more work, but with better understanding. In the next chapter, the lessons of Babylon move from desire to action, revealing how wisdom is applied in daily life. Think richer. Live calmer. Supra.